What?
Oh, yep. If I hit go live, people will be able to see that. All right, hit go live.
What?
I want people to be able to see your just 1, 2, 3, 4. We're live.
No. We are?
Yeah.
Live! From down to, from up, from, hell, from
Dad,
my
we
condo.
haven't moved, yeah.
I know. Yeah, we're still in my condo. What can I
Ken's
tell
here,
you?
Skylar's here, Mike from Clearwater, Florida's here.
Clearwater.
Larry
Have you
R.
ever been to Clearwater?
I've never been to Florida.
Clearwater's very nice.
Larry R is here as well.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone. Day number, what day are we on? I'm getting delusional here.
3.
Day
Day
3.
3. Day 3. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
Day 3. What's tomorrow? Day 4? Anything else?
No, nothing special.
Tomorrow, birthday, 70th birthday special.
Really?
We're also going to be doing, if you're new here,
Yeah.
which you're probably not by now,
Yeah.
10 Days, 10 Ways campaign leading up to Memorial Day. Last live stream of these 10 days will be on.
The last live stream of May
Will be on Memorial Day.
Monday, Memorial Day.
So tonight.
Or no, Tuesday, the day after.
No, Monday.
Yeah, Monday, Memorial
May
Day.
31st,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
How to evaluate your deal. That's what we're going to be talking about.
Wow.
Nick, yes, we will do a brief summary of what we talked about yesterday as well. And if you sign up for the email notifications,
Yes.
you get a summary from the prior day in the emails that you get
Really?
for the next day. So
You're-
tonight we are
you're
going to do.
You're on top of your stuff. You are on your A game.
Thank you, Pops.
You're welcome.
So today we are going to be doing how to follow up with car dealers.
Yeah, what did we do yesterday?
Yesterday we talked about how to contact car dealers. I just want to plant the seed. Tomorrow
Yeah.
we're going to talk about how to negotiate your car deal online and
And?
celebrate my dad's birthday.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
too. I'm really excited.
You know
for
what
that.
was really good last night?
Oh, you got your ice cream.
My ice cream was
This is
good.
what's fun about streaming every day. All right.
Yeah.
What did we do yesterday, Nick? We talked about how to contact car dealers.
Yes.
Then, about midway through the show, my dad got a hankering for ice cream.
Yes.
Pops, we all need to know, what ice cream did you get, and did you enjoy it?
I did mint chocolate chip.
That sounds good.
Well,
cone,
you know, it's-
cone or in a...
I got a to-go cup, 2 scoops, which was like, I don't know, 3.5 pounds of ice cream, or at least that's what it felt like when I tried to go to sleep last.
I told you it was going to mess up your sleep.
Well, I am lactose intolerant, so, but it was really good. Yeah, yeah,
Well-
I highly recommend it, and I want to thank you for walking
walked you over.
me there, and then saying, "Hey, good night. You're on your own. Go treat yourself." Thanks a lot, buddy.
It was a long walk home for me.
No, I understand. It was
Okay, so-
2.3 miles.
So, Nick, last night what we talked about was how to contact car dealerships.
Yes.
The reason we focused on how to contact car dealerships is because it can be really frustrating to make outreach to car dealerships.
Yes.
So we walked through using the different email templates if you have
Yes.
time availability.
Yes.
You know, if you need to buy a car yesterday, probably calling is also a really good option.
Yes.
And we did even like a very brief, terrible role play
Yes.
that exposed my inability
You
to buy
would
a
think
car.
at a certain point you would learn how to role play better.
No.
Okay,
No.
good.
And I also don't know how to buy a car, evidently, as well, which is quite frustrating.
Well, thank God you got your father.
So tonight we're going to talk about
And you
that.
know what the beauty of this is?
What?
That, well, our community has your father as well. We've got a lot of people's backs, and they have ours. And I can't tell you how much that means to us, and how much we appreciate that.
Tell me about it. No,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
That was really well said.
Well, I don't know about that.
Let's talk about follow-up.
Okay.
So when you reach out to a dealership,
Yes, and they don't get back to you.
and we talked about last night during contact, everything that you're doing is to understand and get the out-the-door price.
I think they're looking for us again.
Everything you're doing, we hear sirens. I don't know
Yeah.
if they picked up on the sirens. Eric doesn't have video or audio. I think everyone does, Eric. Sorry about that. Let us know, though, if there's issues in the stream. But, Pops,
Yes.
you're asking for the out-the-door price. When
Yeah.
you don't inevitably get that, let's talk about follow-up and the strategies to ultimately get to the information you need to make an informed decision.
Well, typically, if you send an email, most dealerships, probably 60 to 70% of the dealerships that you will send an email to, their reaction will be to ignore it completely. Okay, and never get back.
So
to
then
you.
why do we recommend using emails?
You got to start somewhere.
Okay, that's
you
fair.
want to find the 30 to 35% that will play, that will get back to you, that do see you as an opportunity for them to sell a car to someone.
Sure.
And so the 30 to 35% that actually do get back to you probably won't answer your question or whatever questions you posed in the email. Now, the email, the way we did it, is to let people know who you are, where you live, give them your zip code, tell them what you're interested in, tell them that you've arranged for your own financing, but that you would entertain theirs if it made sense. Tell them.
So we've got the email template, yeah.
Tell them what kind of car you're interested in, and that if it was a good enough deal, you might entertain a pre-owned or a retired loaner, and that you're ready to move forward as soon as possible, or by the end of the month at the latest. And what you're asking for is a detailed breakdown in the out-the-door pricing of the vehicle. Now, the 30 to 35% of the dealers that get back to you will thank you for your inquiry and then follow it up with, hey, when can you get here? Okay, that would either, if your phone number was there, they would call you and ask you that. But in the email, they will ask you, when can you come in? When would be a good time? Because they're just trained, whether it be the internet sales department or the regular salespeople that are in a store, they're just trained to take any opportunity that comes in either by phone or by email and to get an appointment. They're not actually trained to, well, answer whatever questions the customer might pose within the confines of that email, which I find annoying as hell. And I used to tell my salespeople, if there's a question, answer it.
But so what's the turnaround time? So if I get, if let's say 2 out of 10 give me my OTD price, my out the door price.
Yes.
But then
or at least get back to you.
Correct. Get back to me.
They're not giving you the out the door price.
It's like 1 out of 10 is giving me the out the door. 2 out of 10 are getting back to me.
Yeah.
And 8 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 are never contacted.
Yes.
Walk me through what is my timing for making follow-up requests. How do I frame them?
If you send an email in the morning, if it's a dealership that's on top of their game, if you send an email, you should get a response within 5 minutes.
But that's going to be the automated one, right?
Not necessarily. If you send the email during business hours,
Gotcha.
You should get a response within 5 minutes. And the reason I say that is because they've done studies, and the best time to get back to somebody when they send you an email is right after they sent you the email, because they're still at their computer.
Which, for everyone following along at home, I subscribe to that theory, obviously.
No. You subscribe to the 80% of dealerships that never get back to you. Yes, unfortunately.
Okay, but so you're supposed to, but most don't.
Most don't. And so you would hope to hear back from whatever dealerships are going to get back to you. You would hope to hear back from them within a couple hours. The real target time is within 15 minutes is when the manufacturer wants you to be able to get back to the customer, and your dealer principal would want you to get back to the customer right away. And that's only happening in a handful of stores.
Agreed.
So if you don't hear back within a couple hours, resend the email.
So just send the same email again.
Send the same email, but do a copy and paste to the email you sent and say, hey, this is my second attempt to get you to respond to me. Can I get the information that I asked for? Here's the email below.
And what information were you asking for again?
The total out-the-door breakdown.
That's one, Larry.
Of all fees.
Okay.
Was Larry getting a...
No, but we're going to need some sort of...
scorecard?
How
many times I say something?
Well, no. Larry had a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
We need a YAA a word that will then be the drinking word. And we'll do OTD tonight.
Oh my! So whoever is still on this live stream at the end is crocked.
There's something.
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah.
So
when you don't hear back, you copy and paste timestamp. Showing what time you sent it, who you sent it to, send it to them again. Hey, I sent this earlier. I still haven't heard back. I understand things can be busy in the dealership.
So we're still in the same day.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
What am I doing the next day when I haven't heard back?
The next day when you haven't heard back is you're sending an email to either a sales manager.
Is this the one that you have, the template that you wrote?
I don't know. Very well might be.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I don't know. Let's look.
When the price is the price, car is still available. Email for the general manager or dealer principal. Or email response for when the dealer doesn't provide the info you requested.
Ooh, how about we look at that?
Let's look at this one.
Okay.
All right, let's see. So you say a couple days ago.
Yeah, but it could be, you could change that to yesterday. I requested some information from you regarding, and
Brian, thank you for the $5 donation.
Yes, thank you, Brian.
sir.
Yeah.
Regarding an out-the-door price, there it
Yeah.
is again, for the vehicle that I'm interested in buying before month end, and your response was to ignore my request and to instead invite me to come in for a test drive. You assured me that your boss would be more than happy to work with me once I come in. I get it. You have been trained to take control, to set an appointment, to bring the customer in before you can give them anything. Your boss beats that into your head every day, every damn day.
It's true.
So I get it. But it's a new world out there, and you either learn how to adapt or you perish. I'm hoping you could adapt and that you can attain even greater success. So obviously these are directional. You can make edits as you see fit.
Yeah. If you don't want to be as obnoxious as
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as I'm reading this.
Yeah.
If like your persona is not to be quite this obnoxious,
Yeah.
Normally you have but one opportunity to make good on it. Okay, so you're just kind of like giving.
Yeah,
it to them.
I'm giving them a little guff for not having done their job, and I'm giving them the second chance to make a good first impression. And normally you don't get that second chance. So if you screw this one up, well, there's other people within the confines of the dealership, like a general sales manager or a sales manager or a general manager or even the dealership owner. Now, the owner does not want to receive an email from a customer saying, hey, I've been trying to get information from your team that you employ, and I can't get anything from them. So the owner doesn't want to get that. But if the owner does get that, I can assure you that in most cases, hell is to be paid. Okay? And as they say, poop rolls downhill.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll go from the owner to the general manager, who will then call in the general sales manager, who will then have a conversation with the sales managers and the desk managers, and the desk manager is going to look at the salesperson and go, well, why didn't you follow up? And the salesperson is probably going to say, because you wouldn't give me the damn information that the customer wanted.
So let's come full circle here, and let's also Brian with his $5 donation said that the like button may be malfunctioning. Everybody needs to smash it now to make sure it's working
I like
properly.
the way you think. Very nicely done, Brian.
Brian, that was great.
Yeah. Can you come on and do that again tomorrow night? You don't have to pay tomorrow. Just come on and state that clearly.
So, okay, I want to follow up here with the point you were just making. And AG kind of hits on a direction I want to go, which is his or her question. I don't know, AG. How about going through Meet the Staff on the website and contacting a salesperson directly? And if they don't reply, send it to another salesperson, send the first one to reply. You have a trick.
Here's the problem when you do that.
Yeah.
If you send it to a salesperson, it automatically gets logged in their customer management system.
The DRM,
the CRM,
DMS.
Okay, and so if you send it to another salesperson, even though the first salesperson didn't do his job, then it just creates like this war between two salespeople of going, well, he was my opportunity first before he became your opportunity. So I wouldn't, if the first salesperson doesn't get you anywhere, I would go to a sales manager second, not another salesperson.
This is where I want to push you. How do we find this contact information? Because one of the things we do back on the website, if you have a membership with YA, is if you run a market price report, you can go into one of your different vehicles. Like I knew this Kia, for example, has it. And under email templates, if we have the dealer's contact information, we pull the sales manager's contact.
But there's a lot of times you can go on a dealer website and you can't get anybody's contact information.
The other point I want to make is some vehicles that you run, like this one that we were just looking at, this one's back at, what dealership was this? This is Mini of Mount Laurel.
Okay.
We weren't able to find that information, so it's not there.
Yes.
So I kind of want to go through a little bit of a challenge here, Dad. Like, how do we actually source that information? What steps would you go through to move?
If you can't find it on the website, and a lot of websites no longer have like a Meet the Staff tab.
Let's see.
Which to me is foolish. But a lot of them don't. This one will.
Yeah, meet our team.
Because most mini dealerships do.
Yeah.
But if you're at one that doesn't give you that, and you can see there's no email addresses that are given, just
email
phone
me.
number. Okay, there you go.
Copy email address. Yeah.
Okay. So if it's a dealership where it doesn't have a Meet the Staff page, call the receptionist.
Okay.
And play a game called My Elderly Mom Wants to Come in and Get a Car. And, what salesperson would you recommend that works best with elderly people that won't take advantage of my mom? and they'll give you a name.
That's for the salesperson.
Yes. And can you do me a favor? Can you also give me his email address so I can email him directly?
Now, what if you need to go all the way up the food chain? I mean, I guess you're finding ownership information. Can you get it from the receptionist?
Probably.
Yeah.
All you got to do is ask.
How much follow-up should you do before you're saying, all right, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go find somewhere else? Or what are the red flags to say I'm getting the heck out of here?
If you're like on your third or fourth email and they still won't give you any of the information, they might be getting back to you, and by getting back to you, it's like, hey, when can you come in? I want to make sure this is the right car for you. Would Friday at 3 work best, or would Saturday at 10? If they're not giving you any of the information that you've requested, move on. And you can, and at that point, you can send them a nasty gram that says, I only asked 4 or 5 times for the information, and 4 or 5 times you absolutely refused to give it to me, which means that wherever I spend my money, it will not be with you. And one of the things that I used to try to share with my staff is that if you're in a dealership, you're really in like almost the entertainment business, in the sense that you're trying to get your hands on customers' discretionary income. No different than a baseball team or a football team or a basketball team. I mean, it's discretionary income, and you want to be able to get your hands
in some cases, it's,
but it's especially in Highline stores. It's discretionary income. And so if you aren't providing the customer with any reasons to spend their money with you, why would they? Why should they?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it. But I think a lot of people are watching this and they're saying, we agree with you, Papashevska, but the reality is
most dealerships won't give it to you because...
We have a comment here from Richard Jones.
Yeah.
To stop the phone calls, I have used a Google number and I just program it to give me the message on my phone and not actually ring. I learned that trick back when I sold cars and people did it to me.
Yeah.
I mean, but Richard's like preaching to the choir. The moment you fill out a lead form, you're typically getting bombarded. The reason we suggest using email templates and not giving your phone number is so that you don't get...
Yeah, you won't get bombarded because, let's face it, most dealerships... And we have community members that'll tell you, I sent out a dozen emails and I only heard back from 4 dealerships. So it's the sad reality is there's not enough dealer principals who are looking at advanced metrics as to how to take care
metrics for car buying.
how to take care of a customer properly in today's world. And today's world includes the internet and how you should communicate with them. And old school is just set an appointment. New school is provide the customer with the information that they ask for. And if your fear as a salesperson or as a dealership is that if I give you the information, you're just going to use it to shop my price somewhere else, that very well could be true. But if you never give them the information, they've already written you off. So if you give them some information, you at least have a shot. And part of the information that you share with them is what differentiates you from your competitors.
So one of the things I think we should be working on...
Should we say thank you to Matthew?
Yeah, absolutely. Please.
Thank you, Matthew.
One of the things I think we should be working on, and we are, is if you end up having used... free, paid, it doesn't matter to us, your auto advocate, mark your vehicle as purchased and rate the dealer.
Yes,
because the more we can learn about the dealer ratings, the better we'll be able to, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, we'll be able to make recommendations. Like down in Florida, we've gotten lists from YAA members telling us about dealerships that don't charge fees. Great.
Yeah.
We spread that information. It's helpful.
That don't charge the $1 million doc fee.
Matthew, thank you for the $2 donation. Yeah. Matthew says, I think there will be a lot of 2021 lemon claims.
There could be, perhaps.
Is that chip related?
Well, if it could be for the ones that are built and just sitting in fields waiting to get the chips so that they can actually complete the production process.
Yeah, could see that.
So, yes, there could be issues with those vehicles.
Pops, why don't we do something that we like to do typically, which is take a few phone calls?
Really?
Does that sound good?
It's one of my favorite things.
Oh, my allergies are killing me tonight.
I'm so sorry to hear that. I gave you my allergy
I took
pills
it this
yesterday.
morning. I think it takes a couple days for the allergy pills.
Then I got them slow acting allergy.
No,
pills.
it's like you don't just. It's not like
No, I think I understand what you're saying. You don't just take them
and then you're better.
And the problem's solved.
Ah, I wish, though.
Yes.
Pops, what's our phone number?
I believe it could be 855. No, 855-587-2886.
602.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want me to keep going?
You're not getting it. Yeah.
855-587.
I can't wait for your company to get me my own cell phone line.
Can't do that.
Okay, cool. Well, then you can't have my number.
Galpin Ford is a great dealership. Thank you for that, Chico.
Yeah.
AG said,
I believe they might be the largest Ford dealership in the country.
Hang tight on that thought, Pops.
Okay.
You're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hi, it's David. I am from Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
David, I hate
Ray and Zach.
David, I have to say this, and hopefully my son won't get mad at me, but my first wife was from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Yeah. There you have it.
Well, Ray, I don't want to go too far into it because I want to stay on point, but I was born in Chester. I grew up in Montgomery County. We played Springfield Delco.
Oh,
my mother, my uncle were from West Philly. So there's a lot we can probably share, but we won't do it here for now.
Yes, there is a lot that we could share. Yes.
And, when I think of Ventnor, where we summered, but how about I'll throw a name at you, Teplitsky's.
Oh, my God. I remember Teplitsky's. Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story when we kibitz another time.
Okay.
But first, I have to say, you guys are the bomb. Everything you're getting and what you're doing, and I've been following you probably since the end of 2020. It's just phenomenal.
Well, thank you for that.
And ironically, and I'm sure you heard the story, there's somebody else that does what you guys do in a much slicker way and not nearly as much fun. And it was through Reddit that I actually got hooked up with YAA.
Oh,
and
wow.
It just happened to coincide at a time that we were purchasing a vehicle. And I think it might be instrumental and maybe help the community. And rein me in if I go on because you can tell I can talk.
Well, that's okay. I like talkers.
All right. So we were getting out of a lease, which was the first car that we leased at the February in 2020. And we started to look for my wife. It was a Murano.
Okay.
And she wanted to go into something similar. And then the pandemic hit. So we went out and she had like 4 vehicles on her list.
Okay.
Lexus, Lincoln, SUV type thing.
Gotcha.
So we went and looked at a few places. Then the pandemic hit and we stopped shopping. And then finally, as things came around, we were looking at and here it was perfect. And you've talked about this all the time, end of month and end of year. So
yes.
We were literally at the end of December. And we had narrowed it down to specific vehicle, which was a Lexus RX 50, specific color, specific interior. And there was 2 in the whole Delaware Valley. So I played a little dumb. I did my research, saw it was there, exactly what you were talking about earlier, went to the websites. For Lexus, they show their staff.
Mm-hmm.
And Lexus doesn't have internet sales, so not stupidly, I played dumb and called into our Cherry Hill one and then the 2 one in Delaware and Thompson over in PA.
Okay.
And asked for their internet manager. And in all 3, in Cherry Hill, they just put me through to a salesperson, but in the other 2 places, I actually got put to the sales manager. So I was very specific. I said, here's the vehicle. I had the stock number. I had the VIN. And I immediately talked about out-the-door pricing.
Okay.
So here's what I wanted. And long story short, and I can't believe I'm cutting it off, I narrowed it down to the people in Jersey didn't want to deal with me at all. I don't think they had a lot of inventory. Thompson had significantly the most inventory. But like I said, there were literally 2 in the exact color combination that my wife wanted. So I talked out the door and ended up on a 52,280 MSRP, paying $50,000 out the door.
God bless you. Good for you.
But utilizing all the kind of things that you talked about, because, of course, even with the sales managers, well, how much are you looking to pay? And I said, almost directly, I said, I want to talk about price first, and then I'll talk about, payment, because
yes.
I don't know whether we're going to finance. I don't know if I'm going to trade. I don't know what I'm going to do. But until we can agree on a price, none of that else matters to me right now.
Exactly.
So I took that right out of it. And when I finally made the deal, and I knew I did okay because I got to the point where I had actually the car we wanted, and then the other dealer came back and I said, I need to know by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning because I'm a motivated buyer. I'm not blowing smoke at you. We're making a purchase. And I gave them till a certain time. That time came and passed. They called me, and I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I said, but by the way, what's the best you can do for me? It was like $250 lower than what I got. And at that point, it wasn't worth it to me.
I hear you. Yeah, there has to be some value placed on the dealers that actually respond in the time frame that you ask them to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And feeling that, knowing that there was a price I could have, and could I maybe beat a few more shekels out of them? Possibly. But I got the price, you guys talk about it all the time. The best deal is the deal that works for you.
Yes.
And that seems to be fair and what, you guys are after. And that is both sides win. I moved a car for them at the end of the year, and they got me the car that I wanted. I have a happy wife, and it's a win-win.
Absolutely, and that's the way it should be. And the unfortunate reality is that not enough dealers think of it in those terms, that it can't just be the dealership wins. It has to be both the dealership and the customer wins. And until dealerships adopt that type of thinking, then it's just going to remain the adversarial process that it is. And what we're trying to do is, in our silly little way, trying to get them to, get into the 21st century or so.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's silly, and I don't think it's little. But you guys talk about it over and over again. But being in control, and not just when you can say those key words that make it clear to the dealerships that you have a sense of what you're talking about, but also being able to say no when they're throwing stuff at you that doesn't agree with you.
Exactly.
And this is from a guy that bought etching, the first car he bought.
Well, there are an awful lot of people out there that have purchased etching, whether they wanted it or not.
Yeah, but I thought I was actually getting something.
You were taken advantage of. Yes, you were getting taken advantage of. That is correct.
So, yeah. But, it's just amazing. And all the analogies, again, you guys talk about. I mean, if I offered you to sell you a Sharpie, you'd pay what a Sharpie costs.
Exactly.
And you'd know what that Sharpie costs. You wouldn't be out there throwing all this razzle-dazzle at me.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head, and it's nice to know that we were able to help last year when you were going through it, and I think now more than ever, because of the chip shortage, because of the supply shortage, it's even easier to get taken advantage of, because if you're ill-informed or just uninformed, then you're paying for air in a lot of situations. And so the whole point, what we're trying to do here leading up to Memorial Day, is just help as many folks as possible. So your success story will inspire many others.
Right. So what you're doing is great. And what I would say, and then I'll let you go, and thanks. And Ray, somehow I got to connect with you off the internet. But timing is really important, because, and you talk about it over and over again. If they're trying to make their numbers,
exactly,
and you're getting right up against it, and they have the time to talk to you, you can certainly work that to your advantage.
Absolutely. And if you need to get in touch with me, you can email me directly at ray@yourautoadvocate.com.
Okay. Thanks so much for your time, guys. It's a pleasure. Keep doing what you're doing. People, keep listening to what these guys have to say, and you won't get burned.
Thank you so much, and say hi to all the friends I don't still have in Cherry Hill.
Thanks for calling in.
Take care. Good night.
That was nice.
Yes.
Phone line's back open. Going to help as many folks as possible. While we're also doing the call-in, the next call pops, I'm going to go back and I'm going to download any deals that we got that folks wanted us to analyze. So we'll be doing that as well tonight.
Okay.
And then again, planting the seed. Tomorrow is the birthday night stream, so please tune in tomorrow night, May 25th.
Whose birthday?
70th birthday.
Holy mackerel.
Mike wants to know, do you think dealerships will still offer similar end-of-month, end-of-year deals this December?
I think basically they're programmed to do that. Do I think the deals will be as great this December as they were last December? Probably not, but hopefully by the end of the year we start seeing more and more inventory roll into the dealerships.
And we'll touch on chip shortage tonight as well. Hey, you're on with your auto advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Oh, great. My name is Alex. I'm calling from Virginia. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Thank you. It was Alice?
Alex, A-L-E-X.
A-L-E-X. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Pops is taking notes for you, Alex.
Yeah,
This is getting serious.
Yeah.
Well, at this time, I am due to turn in my lease.
Okay.
And I'm thinking about actually getting a new lease. Now, in a previous video, I heard you mention, I think you were actually answering a question to another caller, that if you are going the lease route, don't put anything down.
Yes.
What is your, just information about that concept? Just because I have been to a couple dealerships at this time, and, they give me a deal based on a down payment and then, of course, the monthly payment.
Sure. The reason I don't like to put cash down is you're just and most dealerships and most advertised leases are usually something like $29.95 down plus destination and handling or sales tax and license. But when you put money down on a lease, all you're doing is reducing the cost of the vehicle to the leasing company. You're not, and you can't get any of that money back. For instance, if that car gets totaled 6 weeks after you entered the lease, it's not like you're going to get that $3,000 or $4,000 cash back. You don't. Okay. You've just made it cheaper for the lease company, and ultimately, what that does is it means that you have a slightly lower payment. Now, on say a 36-month lease, every $1,000 equates to approximately $30 a month on the lease payment. So if you can afford a payment of, say, $300 a month with $3,000 down, if you keep the $3,000 in the bank or wherever you want to keep it, your payment would suddenly become $390 a month, or approximately $390 a month, with zero out of pocket. Now, if you're really only comfortable spending $300 a month, what you do is you take the $3,000 that you didn't put down, and you can draw $90 a month every month out of that $3,000 that you haven't put down yet, to help make that payment easier for you with the $390.
And so just as you said, of course, they advertise, different dealerships advertise the, like you said, $299 down or whatever the amount is. So is my conversation with the dealer just simply, I don't want to put anything down?
Your conversation with the dealer is going to be, I want to talk to you about a lease. I'm in a lease now. And the way I would like to structure the lease is, first, we need to negotiate the discount off of MSRP that the dealership is going to give me so that I can get into this lease. I'm not looking to put any money down, perhaps other than the first month payment. Since it leases, you pay a month in advance, as opposed to when you buy a car, you're paying a month in arrears. So most people put down just the first payment, and you ask them to structure the lease that way. Once you've come to an agreement on the discounted price, and then with zero down, and or just the first payment down, and they can give you the 36-month scenario with 10,000 miles a year, 12,000 miles a year, 15,000 miles a year, and you can see which one makes the most sense. Now, you also want to ask them what the money factor is that they're charging you, and because that's going to impact the payment as well.
And what is that exactly?
The money when a lease is basically three parts. There's the depreciation amount, which is based off of the MSRP times a percentage, so that they can figure out what the car should be worth 3 years from now, and then whatever that amount is subtracted from the agreed upon selling price and divided by the number of months. That gives you the depreciation portion of the payment. The bank also charges interest for putting together the lease. Now, it's not like financing a car where it's an APR, it's what they call a money factor. And the money factor would be something like 0.00120. That could be the buy rate. And what they do is they take the agreed upon selling price and whatever the fees are that are associated with that, plus the residual, you add that together and you times that by the money factor, and that gives you the interest portion of your payment. So you take the depreciation portion, the interest portion, you add those together, and then in most states, you pay sales tax on the monthly payment. So whatever the sales tax rate is for your state, you would times that by the total payment, and you would add the sales tax, and that gives you your total overall payment. So so the money factor is the interest portion.
Hey, and Alex, just an FYI, while my dad's been going on a roll, which was fantastic, I've been on the screen and also in the chat putting some resources back where we have different guides and articles we've written about leasing, what to do at lease end, should you lease or buy your next vehicle. So for everyone watching and listening, and for you, Alex, as well, if you Google search Your Auto Advocate, then space, and then put lease or leasing, all the videos, all the guides we've written will all pop up. And so it might be a little overwhelming, everything that might... Which you did a great job, Pops, but then it's all written down as well, or videos, specific videos you can watch.
That is perfect. No, I very much appreciate that. Can I ask one more last question?
Yes, you may.
Please.
Just very quick, just in terms of leasing, I know, well, I feel as though I've come in contact with this, topic in terms of leasing a hybrid model over a gas model.
Okay.
Is there any feedback that you can provide with that at all?
Well, what should happen in most hybrids or electric vehicle models is whatever the federal tax credit is, typically that goes to who the purchaser of the vehicle is. So in this case, it would be the leasing company. And most leasing companies then give you that money back as a rebate. So so you could expect to get a much lower ultimate selling price because you'll get that huge tax credit rebate.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
No, that's been very helpful. I truly appreciate your time this evening.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and you allowed me the opportunity to sound like I knew what the hell I was talking about.
And Alex, we're on for 7 more nights? 7 more nights. So at the same time tomorrow night, you still got questions? Call back in. The next night you got questions? Call back in.
Yeah.
The next night,
I appreciate
you got questions?
very much.
Yeah. I mean, we're here for you. We're here for you 24/7, damn it.
Just for you, Alex. Thanks for calling in. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
See ya.
Jen's in the house.
Jen's in the house. Also, Kimberly Klein
is in the house.
Kimberly's going to be joining us on tomorrow night's live stream.
Really?
Tomorrow night's, or is it, Kimberly, what do we say? I just put my foot in my mouth. I don't know. Kimberly's joining us on one of the live streams soon. Let me double check. I'm pulling up my calendar.
Okay. I don't want to look at your calendar. It'll probably tell me things I don't need to know.
Did you get the invite for that meeting?
I'll look at the invite. Is there a party?
Kimberly's joining us on Thursday. So Thursday and then on Saturday. Thursday and Saturday.
Very cool.
27th and 29th. Kimberly will be
I
on
like
live
that.
with us. All right. 855-587-2886. That is the call-in number. We've got multiple deals.
How did I do breaking down how a lease?
Oh, you're great with leases. Yeah. You're great with leases. And then we've got all the resources back on the website, which is an super helpful. Hey, you're on with Your Auto Advocate. What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
Hey, guys. This is Ken from Naperville.
Hey, Ken from Naperville. How are you tonight?
Outstanding. How about you guys?
Wonderful. Isn't there a Lou Malnati's in Naperville, if I remember correctly?
Oh, of course there is.
Yeah, I ate at that one. I ate it.
Yeah. We actually have 2 Lou Malnati's.
Look at that. Well, I only ate at one, although, the pizza was so good I could have eaten at both. Sorry, Zach.
No, you're incredible. You like helping people, and you like food, and you like sports.
Yes.
And you like family.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you
boats.
what. The next time you're in Naperville, we'll meet up there. Pizza's on me.
I like that.
You're a good man. All right, what can we do to help?
Hey, listen. I'm interested in getting a Fiat 124 Spider. Don't laugh.
I'm not laughing.
as basically like a fun summer car.
Yes, of course.
But I'm worried that Fiat may leave the U.S. market. And then, 5-6 years from now, I'm stuck with a car that I won't be able to trade in or sell. What are your thoughts on this?
Get the Mazda instead. Get the Miata.
Yeah, I know. I like the looks of the Fiat a little bit better.
Well, I hear you, but the difference
your concerns from a parts perspective, a repair perspective? What are your concerns?
Basically, not necessarily for parts or repairs, but basically the value of it if Fiat does leave the market. So, I've talked to the dealers, and they said, that they're obligated to keep parts and to service the thing for 10 years.
Yes.
If they do leave, and that's fine and dandy. But if they happen to leave 2 or 3 years from now, and then I keep the car for 5 or 6 years, and then I go to trade it in on something else, it'll be like a rotten tomato that nobody wants.
Well, there's more than you out there who likes that car. So there'll always be some type of market. It is a joint venture with the Mazda anyway. And I get what you say. The Fiat does look a little better than the Mazda does, but they're basically the same car.
I don't think you're going to convince him to go the Miata route.
Yeah, but I mean, let's face it, it's a fun summer car. So there's always going to be people, whether it's people my age or whoever, that go, you know what? I've worked all my life. I want a convertible for this summer. Hey, maybe I can get a Fiat convertible cheap.
Yeah, I like the way that the top works. It's very simple, very easy. It's a spritey 4-cylinder. It gets good gas mileage. It's small, it's nimble, it'll be fun. But I just can't bring myself to be a Miata guy.
Okay, well, if you can't, then you're going to be part of a slightly smaller group that's a Fiat guy.
Question for you, Pops. Yeah. Have you ever represented a brand that had a vehicle that either went out of production or, I mean, Datsun, I guess I'm thinking back to your Datsun days. Like, what happened to the values of Datsuns in the 80s, 70s?
Well, but and Suzuki.
I
sold
did.
Suzukis too,
I did. There's always a market for those cars. It's just not as robust a market. Now, if
I'm wondering how material the impact is if something like this happens.
Listen, when Peugeot went out of business in this country, I mean, people still wanted Peugeots.
Yeah.
And here's the real key, Ken. 30 years from now, that Fiat, I can see that rolling across the block at the auto auctions in Scottsdale during Barrett Jackson.
No.
Yeah, and somebody will pay way too much money for it then. So.
Well, all right, okay. I guess I'll keep looking then.
Yeah, I mean, my guess is you should be able to buy one fairly inexpensively anyway, because it is the Fiat.
It's been a little bit of a problem. They're coming down about 6,000 or 7,000, and that's the other thing. I mean, the only thing that's left are the 2020s. They stopped building them. And so they're coming down about 6,000 or 7,000. I've heard other people getting them for $15,000 off.
Wow.
And there was a dealer, I think, in New Hampshire and another one in Louisiana that did that. But those two dealerships have then, basically closed their Fiat franchise.
Gotcha.
So basically, they were probably just clearing them out to wipe their hands of it and be done with it.
Well, truth be told, Ken, here's the real secret for you. And I know you would probably want the car for this summer, but the best time to buy a convertible is in December and January.
Yeah, and by then all the new 2020s will probably be gone. So I guess I'll just have to wait for a used one.
Well, or whatever new ones are still around, you should be able to get really cheap.
Okay.
Okay, but literally, dealers are thinking in November, December, and they're sitting on any convertibles. They're thinking, well, hell, we don't have a prayer of selling this until March or April. So if somebody actually came in and expressed an interest in it, they'd be really motivated to get rid of it so that they don't have to hold on to it for another 3 or 4 months. But trying to buy one this time of year is when you're going to be paying the most for that type of vehicle.
Right. So I should have been motivated 2 months ago.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
But are you still buying the pizza?
Absolutely.
Okay. Terrific. Maybe we'll come out to Naperville.
All right. Sounds good.
Have a good one, Ken. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks. Have a good night, guys.
You too. We
Bye-bye.
should do like a traveling road show. I mean, literally go to some towns where community members are and set up shop for a night. And
let us know in the live chat. Is that a good idea? If we were driving back cross country next year or later on this year, and we were going to stop and do some shows, and I mean, could we get enough people to join us? Maybe if
I don't know. But,
how many people would you need to feel comfortable doing a show?
Oh,
like 6.
5 or 6.
5 or 6,
for sure.
Would 5 or 6 people join us in a variety of?
But maybe we could fill a small auditorium, so
like a very small one, with like 6 seats.
Like if we went back to Nashville,
yeah,
maybe we could put something together
with like 6 seats.
Yeah, get a small booth at a diner.
How expensive is airfare? Because like we could fly your daughter out.
Yeah.
We could fly her fiance. Well, they'll be married by
They'll
then.
be
So
married
he's
by then.
attached at the hip. He has to come. So that's 2. They have a dog. That's 3.
Yeah.
So now we just need 3 people to join.
I think we could find 3.
Kimberly will join us.
Okay.
Mike Dean. I know Mike Dean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We can do this. I'm telling you, if we should plan.
Okay.
What we should start the process now of planning this out and finding a space and making it happen.
I'm on board with this.
Just the one spot we can't do is Eufaula, Oklahoma.
You're on with your auto advocate. Where are you driving right now?
Hey, I'm leaving work right now. Headed back home.
That's nice.
Well,
What's your name? Where are you from? What can we do to help?
My name's Eric. I'm stationed over in Washington State at Joint Base Lewis.
Thanks for your service. What can we do to help you?
Thank you. So I just started listening to you guys about a week ago. Really enjoy the content and been watching you guys. I'm in the market for a more eco-friendly car. I got a long commute back home, and I can certainly use the miles. I used your website to look up a VIN and see what negotiability rate I can get at. They were, I think, at 90 out of 100.
Wow,
so,
that's high.
Yeah, that was really high. It was in their lot, according to your site, for 400 days.
Holy cow.
And, so we drove down there and trying to, negotiate, trying to, lower the sales price that's been on their lot, trying to get out of their lot. They wouldn't budge. It got to the point where their sales manager came by and started asking me questions like why would you want the price to be lowered? And I started using some concepts that you guys had that been on the lot for a while. I want to you guys are probably motivated to get rid of the car.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you want to start at a lower price? I started asking I know you guys ask for invoices for new cars. So I didn't know about I haven't got much of the used car market out of your website. And I asked, well, can I see what the trade-in value was for the vehicle when they traded it in? And they looked at me like confused, like how does this guy know this? Like, why is he asking for this? And short story long, they wouldn't budge the price. They said they would rather keep the car than sell it to me at about $1,000 less. I just want to see what your reaction was to why would they want to keep the car instead of getting rid of it.
There's 2 ways for dealerships to look at it, and part of the problem today is they know that if they have to go to replace the vehicle, that they would probably have to spend more than what they would ultimately sell it to you for if they reduced the price by $1,000, because the wholesale pricing of used cars at the auctions is staggeringly high, where the dealers are paying basically retail at the wholesale auctions in order to buy cars to have them on their lot. So their thinking is that it makes more sense for them just to hold on to this car and hope that they finally get somebody to pay that extra $1,000 that they wouldn't come down before they have to go and try to replace this car. So.
Okay.
And
get your reaction.
Yeah, and in today's world, Eric, what they're asking, it might really end up ultimately being a good price in today's world.
Yeah, I would run the black book.
Yes.
Run the black book numbers back in your account, because you'll be able to see what the suggested retail price is. And then, Dad, you've talked about it a lot as well. In addition to running the black book, run the Carvana quote as if you already owned it. See what Carvana would pay to buy it. Both of those are great ways to kind of pressure test a deal, a used car deal.
Okay. No, so I got one more question for you guys.
Sure.
So with that, I seen. So I'm looking at a Toyota Prius Prime, the plug-in, and I seen one. I think I still use your website to run the van, and it was a salvage title. What are some, I guess, some ways to see like if you can ask the dealership, like the service, can you ask them like what the services have been done, what the damage was? Would they have that information for you?
They might and they might not if they're not the ones that repaired it. But if it was a salvage title, it means that the previous insurance company declared it a total loss, that there was so much damage to the vehicle that it didn't make sense for the insurance company to pay to repair it. So somebody bought it at an auction for those type of vehicles, and then typically a body shop buys them, and then they put them back together. Now, many insurance companies won't even insure a vehicle that a customer buys if it has a salvage title. And any dealership that you might go to trade it in at in the future is scared to death of cars that have a salvage title. So let's just say, for example, that the black book on that vehicle, if it wasn't a salvage title, was $15,000. But with a salvage title, most dealers would look at that number and cut it at least in half. So you have to be very, very careful with vehicles that are a salvage title. Now, if it's a salvage title because it had hail damage and there was so much hail damage that it didn't make sense for the insurance company to pay to repair it, that's different than if it had been hit.
But still a salvage title.
Yes,
so
but it's still a salvage title.
Different instances, different major. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yes. So.
Okay.
Be safe, Eric.
I appreciate the time. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I'll keep watching you guys and keep subscribing. Thank you.
Thanks,
Terrific.
Eric.
Thank you.
See you though. Okay, Pops.
Yes.
Let's keep that on Do Not Disturb for just a second. Let's do a brief chip update.
Chip update.
Chip shortage update.
Yes.
You sent me this article earlier today. Here it is. It was really, really good.
Yes.
This is the CEO of STM or
ST
Microelectronics.
Yes.
Talking about the chip shortage.
Yes.
And they did what they do, like $12 billion in revenue this past year, or that's what they're on pace to do this year. So
yes.
They're like a decent sized company.
Yeah, they're small in the
chip world, but they're you know. So let's see here. Let's see. Given these limitations, how long will there be a gap between supply and demand? At least another 6 months. That's from this CEO.
Yes. So his rationale was that and it's not that the chip manufacturers don't want to build chips for the automakers, because a lot of people think, well, those are the cheaper chips. They're not. It's just that they don't have the capacity to build the extra chips at the moment because of the way that many of the manufacturers either canceled or did not plan for rapid increase in reproduction. And reproduction sounds bad. In upgrading production.
I read this. I didn't see any call out with regards to profitability of the different chips. Was that in here?
That was in here where, somebody...
Because I've read in other resources that say the automotive chips are less profitable for the TSMC, which is the Taiwan Semiconductor,
yes.
But it is interesting. In this one, they said roughly 10% of their total revenue comes from automotive.
Yes.
80% goes towards personal electronics and related infrastructure. The other 10% toward industrial equipment. So the chip shortage that automotive is feeling is also in part because there's so many people using chips for other devices.
Yes, and what exacerbated the personal electronics and all that was the pandemic and forcing more and more people to work from home, so that people either had to upgrade their electronics at home, their computers, their this, their that, and so that put a strain on chips. And one of the things he was talking about is, they expect to be a $12 billion company this year, and they really didn't expect for that to happen until 2023. But they're even willing to dramatically increase the amount of money that they're looking to invest in building new facilities and things of that nature.
I want to hit on this though, Dad. How will automakers get them when it's not possible to increase capacity? Starting in the second half of this year, they being the suppliers, TSMC and others, and Samsung, might cut supplies to other industry. That means that the chip shortage might start to impact the availability of white goods and power tools, consumer products and power tools. So if the auto industry's pain is only going to shift to other industries, when will the shortage really end? Our forecast is that we should start seeing improvement to the overall situation in the first quarter of 2022.
Yes, so we're really,
we're still in the throes of
9
this.
to 10 months away.
And will continue to be.
Yes.
In the throes of this.
But there was really an interesting article. There's basically three things that are impacting the chips and the manufacturing of chips and where they're allocated and where they're going. And
got a great question here from Terry Murphy. With dealers making record profits, why would they want chip shortage to change? We saw an automotive news article a while back that kind of built this case for support.
Well, the dealers might not, but the manufacturers do. The projected loss for the manufacturers in lost production is $110 billion. Now, here's what you have to realize.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. Ford, BMW, Chevy, whoever. They don't make their money unless they build a car and wholesale it to the dealer. That's where they make their money.
Yep.
So, great. It's great that the local dealers are making more money and they're more profitable, but the manufacturers are losing billions of dollars in potential profits because of cars that they couldn't build, that they can't then wholesale to the dealers.
This will definitely be a catalyst.
Manufacturers want the chip shortage to be over.
But this experience will definitely be a catalyst for change in the industry. Good change, bad change. It's going to change things.
Yes, absolutely.
Question here pops from Retired Now.
Yeah.
That's how you used to be.
Yeah.
I have a 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland model. The lease is for 3 years with $12,000 per year. I'm only at 1.5 years into the lease and already have 26,000 miles. Any advice? Turn it in and get a new lease?
Well, part of the advice is that you can contact the leasing company and say, hey, it turns out I think I'm driving more than what I had figured I would.
Yep, that's what Skyler said in the chat as well.
Can I buy some extra miles up front? And typically they'll sell them to you at a cheaper price if you pay for them now than if you wait till the end of the lease.
Got the question here from Mike Heimer that's on everyone's mind. Question: in today's market, are there any tips on how to get a decent deal for us, the consumers? I'm interested in a 2021 Tahoe RST. One dealer sent me paper to buy one for $5,000 over the MSRP.
Yeah, the tip would be is you got to beg, borrow, and steal, and see if you can find a Chevy dealer that will sell one at MSRP. And it's not that I feel good suggesting to somebody that you pay MSRP for something like that, but paying MSRP is a $5,000 savings of paying $5,000 over MSRP. And unfortunately, there's enough people out there that are willing to pay that premium.
They're the ones that are keeping things inflated. Yep.
Yes.
All it takes is one.
Yes. And as long as there's that one person who says, I don't care, I'll pay that $5,000, then the dealer's going to figure there's going to be another person that'll pay it, and another and another.
Larry, thanks for calling those out. Age Sundad with a great question. Are dealerships laying off sales staff because there are fewer cars to sell?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if dealerships are used to getting having 700 cars in inventory, and now they suddenly only have 250 to 300, and their allocations are cut way down so that they can't build the inventory back up. It's going to make it harder for a dealership to keep someone on staff who doesn't sell at a higher volume level. Yeah. So if you have a salesperson on staff that struggles every month to hit 5, 6, 7 cars when the industry average is only 8, that person could end up being laid off.
Next time you talk to Chip, if you don't mind asking him, I'm curious, or if you talk to Glenn Bob, or if you talk to your other buddies who are still in the industry, ask him like what the team meetings are like, the staff meetings, like what's the feeling, the energy within the dealership from the staff side. I'd be very curious, because I think there's pending furloughs. I guess they're not furloughs, you're just laid off. Subaru on May 1st had 19 days of supply, 16 days of supply.
Yeah.
Why do you need a bunch of sales guys sitting around?
You don't.
Sales guys and gals, you don't.
All
right, a couple other questions here, Pops. We've got, this is from Barry Schatz. Given the Chip article, ordering a car if you have a long horizon makes the most sense, yes?
Yes. Yeah, as long as you are not in a hurry to get it,
order.
You can order it and you can get exactly what you want. And when the chips become available, we had Frank on last night from
the Chrysler Dodge
Long
Jeep
Island
Ram dealership. Yes,
and Stellantis is whatever chips they have, they're making those available for Wrangler production and Grand Cherokee production and some Ram production. So the manufacturers are adjusting where the chips are going. So there's certain models that you'll still be able to get your hands on, and if you want to order one, it won't take so long. As he was saying last night, like a Wrangler, 6 to 8 weeks
which is crazy.
From the time you place a deposit to the time you take delivery.
Answer a couple other questions here, then we'll do a quick deal analysis. Okay. Again, if you would like to get your deals analyzed during the 10 days, 10 ways, sign up for the email notifications. You get an email notification every day about the stream. You'll also get access to the link.
I always get an email from me every damn day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray.
Hey, Ray, this is Ray here. You'll then be able to submit your deals to us, which we'll then be looking at live on the show. That being said, there's still a bunch coming through the chat, so let's answer and help as many as we can. Agent V says, hey guys, trying to buy a 2021 Kia Sorento. MSRP is $44,000. Out the doors up to $49,000. I see some listed on CarGurus for $41,000 next state over. But so far, none of the local dealerships will budge.
Sometimes in order to save enough money, sometimes you have to travel. And so if it's the next state over or 2 states over or 2 states down, whatever it is, oftentimes you might be able to find some savings by doing that. If you're not in the mood to travel and do that, then you're going to have to deal with your local dealer that doesn't want to budge. But I know in normal times, and these are not normal times in which we live, but in normal times, every dealership has what's called a primary marketing area.
Interesting.
That you're responsible for selling cars.
Yeah.
And they have, Polk does reports, it's called in-sell and out-sell. So.
I saw these from the BMW dealership you used to work at.
Yeah. Yes. So the idea is that you don't ever want to have a dealership from outside your primary market area sell a car to somebody that lives in your primary market area, and so one of the mantras that I used to live by was you should never ever lose your customer that's in your primary market area to another dealership, regardless of how much money you may have to lose in order to maintain that person as your customer. Now, obviously, these are not normal times, so if your local dealer has limited availability for inventory, they may say to themselves, the hell with that theory right now. We need to hold out for all the money we can get because we don't know when the car can be replaced, when we'll get the next one. But typically, you try not to have what's known as in-sell in your primary market area. But
super interesting.
These are not normal times.
Joe's got a question. Does MSRP change from month to month? In other words, was the MSRP on Subaru 3 months ago lower than today?
It depends. I mean, there can be price increases during the course of a model year. So there were times at the mini store where we would have 2 price increases during the course of a year. So you might have one car that was the same car, but it might have been $300 or $400 lower in MSRP than an exact same car that came in more recently.
Yep.
So
yep.
It can happen. It doesn't happen often, but we might see more and more of that because of supply chain issues, and the cost of some of these supplies for the manufacturers keeps going up, which ultimately means that the price of the vehicles are going to go up on the retail side, on the MSRP side, because the manufacturers are going to protect their margins.
Exactly. Okay, going to do a quick little promo. We've got the promo codes. MEM529, MEM549.
MEM stands for Memorial Day.
Or member, become a member.
Yeah, become a member. I like that.
So we have the memberships where you get access back to the market price reports, Black Book, the out the door calculator, so on and so forth, and consultation with us one-to-one if you'd like.
This week we did cancel the members only live stream, did we not?
No, we're doing 2 live streams that night.
Okay, great.
Correct. No members only live stream this Thursday night. We'll be going live for everyone.
Okay, good.
Anyway, so take a peek there. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member. We like free members, pro members, all members.
Yeah, we
are
just
a
like
community.
Members. Yeah, how we doing on the like button?
Yeah, you pitch the like button.
Yeah,
I'm going to queue up this
smash that damn like button, as somebody once said earlier in this broadcast tonight. We need to be smashing that like button, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, Pops. Nick wants to know how much longer with the live stream. Probably another 10 minutes or so. And then tomorrow, just so everyone knows, again,
everybody knows,
tomorrow is the birthday bash extravaganza.
Yeah.
7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah.
We're going to have guests.
Beer?
No beer.
Liquor?
I don't drink. Do you drink?
You like beer? You keep telling me you've developed a taste for beer.
I haven't drank in like 2 weeks.
Well, we can change that.
We will have guests.
Tomorrow's my birthday. We can change that. There's a liquor
surprises.
store right around the corner.
We will have guest surprises.
Yeah. Cake? No
Do you
cake.
want cake?
No. No cake. Maybe cake.
Close your eyes and cover your ears. Whoa!
Wow. Giselle, thank you.
Giselle, thank you.
Yeah. Read that.
Okay. Wow. Giselle donated $50. Thank you so much, Giselle. That means so much to us. Giselle felt overwhelmed when I started the car buying process, but thanks to your help and guidance, felt like I got a good deal and wasn't getting taken advantage of. Your help was invaluable for someone like me who had no one in real life to help me buy my first car.
Oh, is that what IRL stands for?
I think so.
In real life? I like that. See, I would have never known. That explains to you that I really am almost a 70-year-old man.
That's awesome, Dad, because I'm thinking about...
Because I was going to say, I thought it was a URL.
Nope.
Okay.
No one URL. Nope, that wouldn't have worked. Giselle, thank you for that. It hits really home for me because when I bought my first car, I did have someone IRL there.
Yeah.
And it was my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I saved you some money.
Saved me some money. I think I actually... Let me see if I can find photos really quick.
Yeah.
You want to respond to Giselle yourself, Pops, while I pull this up?
No, I think... you know what, Giselle? We are in real life. We are a part of your life. So any way we can help, we will continue to help. Just because you bought a car doesn't mean that our caring and our help it goes by the wayside. It does not. Man, you're going in the Wayback Machine.
I'm trying to find this photo of you and me in the F&I office.
Yeah, well, I keep seeing your old girlfriend pop up.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Sorry, ex-girlfriend.
And then you mean mugging and stuff.
I'm not mean mugging. I'm not sharing my screen right now, though.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I don't think I'm sharing my screen.
God, I hope
Where is
not.
it? There's. Now I really want to find it.
Jeez.
We took
I'll tell you, you kids with your tongues always sticking them out.
What are you saying that for? What does that mean?
I don't think there's any. You bought the car in what, March or April?
Yeah, it's gonna be right here.
Where?
It's coming right up.
Where?
Why are you looking at all my photos, Dad?
Well, I can't help it.
There we go. Okay,
there we are at the dealership.
All right, hang tight. I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay, we're gonna share the screen.
Yeah, this was Yeah, you can see it says Darkars.
Yeah.
My dad wearing his Audi shirt.
Yeah, well, I was working at, man, I had a beard then, too.
You did?
Yeah, I was working at the Audi dealership.
Oops. Zoom back in.
Yeah.
What happened here?
Wow.
Wait,
Man, maybe I should grow that beard back.
Why did I zoom in so much?
I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
And look, there you are.
Yeah.
Why was I signing? What the hell was I signing?
Yeah, what were you signing?
I don't know.
Did you buy the car?
Maybe.
I thought I bought the car.
I had more hair then, too. Jesus. You were young.
I was young.
Yeah. No
anyway,
beard.
so
yeah.
Giselle, there you go. So
Yeah.
that resonates really deeply with me because, yeah, my dad was there with me.
So if you'd like me to send you my picture, you can have me there with you when you buy your next car, even after this one.
This was then when
I drove the car.
You drove my car for the first time. Yeah, this is the Volvo. The Volvo is nice. To everyone thinking about buying a Volvo, they're really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We liked it.
I liked it.
There it is, parked next to my green Mini.
Yeah, way back in the day. Okay, anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
We've got a deal to analyze. Tomorrow is the birthday bash.
Okay.
Giselle, thank you for that.
There could be beer.
There could be beer.
Yeah.
Uncle Ray was signing his autograph.
Yeah, I didn't get paid for it.
Tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. I hope everyone joins us.
Yes.
Invite a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let us do a deal analysis, Pops.
Let us entertain you.
Tomorrow will be some entertainment.
Yeah.
The way that I'm thinking about it
Yes.
is the first 45 minutes will be serious. Like, we're talking tomorrow about how to negotiate online.
Yeah.
We'll do call-ins.
Yeah.
Then it's probably just going to go off the rails. So,
Okay.
Anyway.
My life's been off the rails, so.
We got this deal proposal here.
Yeah.
Hi, Ray and Zach. Congratulations on 100K.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do a quick little confetti action for
Yes,
that.
look at that.
I'm a big fan and have learned a lot. Thanks for reviewing this. My wife and I just moved from Chicago to Florida. Sorry. We didn't have a vehicle before, but need one now living in Florida.
Okay.
I've used your app for research and found a dealer near me. They sent me this OTD proposal.
Okay.
Let me zoom in so that we can all see a little bit better.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. So we got a 2020 BMW 330.
Okay.
With the
14.
Arrigo Advantage for $2,000.
Yes.
Not to mention then the $1,000 doc fee.
Yes. That is to Arrigo's advantage.
So,
Aptly named.
I don't have any family in Central Florida.
Yeah,
One of the best videos that we've
What the
done.
hell was that? The Central Florida Family Plan.
Oh, RTFLDGR tomorrow 7 p.m. Eastern. All the live streams recently are 7 p.m. So I ran this back over on the market price report.
Yes.
Okay, so it's at an Alpha Fiat dealership, a Riga Fiat. Okay, they've had it for forever.
Yeah, that's a long time.
And they don't want to get rid of it because they know it's worth a lot right now. There are 48 in the area, most negotiable. Okay, so the first thing I'm thinking is let's run it in Black Book.
You know the other thing I'm thinking? Is they didn't sell it back then when they had it for $29,794.
Yep.
And they've continually raised the prices. But they would have taken the $29,794 back then, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you offer that.
But in this market, they're not
going to take it. But you could say, hey, I looked at the market price report.
Print this out,
and back on what was that date?
It was the 3rd of March.
Okay, back on March 3rd, you had it advertised for $29,794.
Let's run it in the value my trade. So if you are your Auto Advocate member, you can have access to Black Book data, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And let's see here. We're in the great state of Florida. FL. I mean, look at the retail value.
Yeah, the retail's anywhere between $35,350 and $41,000.
41. Yeah. So if we go back to our quote,
yeah, but they're really selling it for $35,000.
Yeah, with the Arrigo and with the
with the Arrigo.
So they're at
Advantage.
35.
Yeah.
So this is a PPI, a pre-purchase inspection, away of like literally being a fair deal in this market, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. Now, do me a favor.
Yes, sir.
And I know you.
Carvana.
Yeah. Let's Carvana it.
Is that a verb?
It is now.
I'm afraid to click on my photos. I don't know what I left it on. Okay, we're just gonna X that on that.
Google wasn't a verb until it became a verb.
Are you gonna yacht? Can that become
at some point? Yeah, people can yacht. Yeah.
Yeah, I think yeah thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a VIN. Nope.
I yad it. No, you had the there you go.
When was that? What does "ya" mean in that context that you just used it in? I yad it.
I yad it.
What does that mean?
I got my my auto advocate seal of approval. I checked. I did my research. I yad it.
You say? Oh.
Yeah,
gotcha,
you did your
gotcha.
research.
I got to get the zip code for this dealership. Whoops. Okay, that opened a map. But maybe I can get it from here. There we go. 33411. You remember that?
Yeah, 33411.
Slower.
33411.
Okay, great. What color was this vehicle?
It was white.
It was white.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
So this is a process we recommend. Let's pull up the VDP again so we can see if there's any information. This is a process we recommend if you're buying a used car right now. It's crazy to think, but this is what you gotta do.
Yeah, this
backup camera, memory seat, heated seats. Okay, so it does have heated seats.
Yeah,
probably leather. BMWs aren't really not going to be leather, right?
You can order them without leather, but I wouldn't imagine anybody did.
There you go.
Yeah,
black artificial leather.
Okay, so it's not leather; it's pleather. Black artificial leather. Jeez. Okay. Yeah.
Blind spot protection, lumbar support. Okay.
I got artificial stuff too. It's for my cataract. They replaced the lens. It's artificial.
Does it have heads-up display? Does it have harmony? It didn't mention those things. Didn't mention premium wheels. So okay, we'll leave it as is.
Yeah.
Could be a few things that we're leaving off, but just for demonstration purposes.
Yes.
No issues. No modifications. Never been smoked in. Pretty great. 2 keys.
Yeah, when it comes to buying a car, did you yacht?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just researched it.
Did you yacht?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go visit our friends. Yacht and yacht.
When was the last time you yacht?
I yacht earlier today.
You've stumped us.
Really?
All right, let's try Vroom real quick.
I can't imagine we've stumped you. You've never heard of BMW?
Honestly, there's going to be a moment in time when Carvana realizes they've bought too many cars.
I doubt it.
Yeah, 1 second. Carvana stock price. Let's see. Yeah, they're still worth $43.75
billion.
bajillion dollars.
So it'll be a while.
Yeah, they're still going to be buying cars. Yeah. Okay, this was the 330. What do we have on mileage?
10,000, 14,000.
The vehicle detail page says it has 6,700 miles below market average.
Yeah.
Okay. Still white.
Hasn't changed.
2 keys.
Yeah.
But it did have, which package did it have?
It probably had a cold weather package because it had heated seats. And it had a Navi.
Heated steering wheel. Heated front seats. Okay, we'll just do that. No accidents. Clean title. Above average. Cloth.
No, it's not cloth.
All right, leather.
It's not leather either. But
no.
Your choice. You don't have choice for
artificial leather.
Yeah.
Continue. Does your vehicle run drive? Above average. No warning lights. No.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah. We're on it.
Just so everyone knows, you end up getting phone calls from Vroom. So like every time we do this live on the show, I end up getting like about a half dozen phone calls for that vehicle. That's fine.
Yeah.
32,611.
Okay.
All right, so we're back to the market price report. So you're out the door on this quote at 35 plus tax. So your selling price is 35 plus tax, essentially.
Yeah, it's not really 32,998.
So it seems like it's a little fat.
A little bit.
Deal seems a little fat.
Yeah, I mean, I would ask for a little something off, especially considering
you didn't ask for the Origo advantage.
Yeah, tell them you'd rather be disadvantaged. Find out exactly what that advantage is, other than putting an extra $1,995 in their pocket.
Sorry, good left hand to the mic.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So okay.
Yes.
Night number 3.
Yes.
In the books.
Oh my God, we're done.
It's
almost bagel time, buddy.
Are you going to have a bagel for dinner?
I think so, yeah.
Every night we're going to know what my dad's having for dinner. Yeah. Tomorrow night, birthday celebration.
That's what I've heard.
YourAutoAdvocate.com.
We getting beer?
Do you want beer?
I think people would love to see us drink live.
Why?
God knows what could happen.
Maybe. I don't
know.
The
old man hold his liquor? No.
We did a New Year's live stream. Remember that?
No, was I drunk?
I was.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had champagne that night.
I had one little thing of whiskey.
Anyway, we have that here.
Night number 3 is in the books. Please join us tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be a lot of fun. Julian says, who do I send the OTD email template to within the dealership? Sales manager,
salesperson. I mean, if you haven't heard back from a salesperson, send it to a sales manager or a general sales manager.
Exactly.
Or a general manager. Or ultimately,
dealer principal.
Yeah, ultimately, the dealer principal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, Pops, let's call it a night.
Okay.
Let's get some rest tonight.
Yeah.
You got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. You taking me somewhere for a birthday breakfast?
No, I'm busy.
I didn't think so. Yeah, you're busy. Okay.
Thanks for doing this, Pops.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you,
everybody. Can't wait to see you all tomorrow night.
For your birthday.
For my birthday, yeah.
See you then.
Hit end stream. Yeah. End. Very good. Nicely done.